It's time to feel the rage. Welcome to Film Rage, where we talk movies. We are talking Calgary Underground Film Festival today. My name is Bryce, and I'm part of the Film Rage crew, which also includes Jim. Hello, Jim.
Hey, hey.
And Murray. What's going on, Murray?
Yo.
So with the introductions out of the way, let's just jump into it because we got a lot of movies to get through. Let's rage on.
Awesome. Well, I'm going to blast through this. Thanks to all who have been supporting us. If you love our independent podcast, please support us and join our growing Film Rage community by joining our membership at buymeacoffee.com/Film Rage YYC. We have a new member this week, people. We have to thank our buddy at It Goes Down in the PM. So I'm so excited about that. All members get special episodes and content only for members. Along with all members that sign up, will get a limited edition Film Rage merch item. If you cannot commit to a membership, you can still buy us a movie rental and dare us to see a terrible movie. Just like our friend Scott from Shoot the Flick, who's going to be making us watch a terrible movie next week. Thanks to our adopted state, Virginia. Go Who's. All right. What's next? Cuff?
Let's just plug Canyon Meadows real quick.
Yeah.
We love them.
Canyon Meadows cinemas are open for their delicious concessions. Popcorn, corn dogs, mini donuts, and more. Open Thursdays 4 to 9, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday 12 to 9 for takeout via curbside pickup. Just go to canyonmeadows.ca and enter your order. And by the way, by being one of our faithful Film Rage listeners, you can get 15% off. Just enter the promo code RAGEON. That's RAGEON to claim your 15% discount. Or if you would rather have your snacks delivered, that is possible as well through Skip the Dishes, Uber Eats, and DoorDash throughout Calgary. For more details, visit canyonmeadows.ca. And here, CMC would like to thank you for your continued support, and we hope to see you again soon at the cinema.
All right. Well, we're going to blast through a bunch of this, but just to let everybody know, all of our U.S. listeners, a lot of these films that we're going to be talking about, they should be playing at some of the film festivals near you. There's a lot of geo-blocking that happens with film festivals. So if you cannot see this film right now, it's because it's still in rotation for film festivals. So it doesn't mean you won't be able to get to see it. And if you like our opinions, like you probably do because you listen to our show, then make a note of these films. We're going to blast through them. We're not going to give our full Film Rage reviews, but we are going to talk about them. So let's talk about the opening film. And actually, where can people who are in Alberta check out our buddies from Cuff? Where are they at? Calgary Underground Film.org. And they're still streaming until, I believe, next week. And then they have drive-ins coming up. So it's all exciting. We're going to talk about Golden Arm, which was their opening night gala. And Bryce, why don't you tell us what you thought of it?
It was all right.
Well,
is it, so that was a... Is that a meh? Is that what it is?
Yeah. Calgary, the Golden Arm. That was their opener, right? Yeah, I watched that.
Describe it a little.
to be honest, it was quite humorous. The whole thing was pretty much saved by Betsy Sidaro as Danny. She kind of completely took over the screen. I dare say it, that she's mesmerizing.
Yeah, she is.
And I'm sorry, I got to get one of those hot sandwich T-shirts. That was awesome.
Yeah, you can buy them online. So that's
I looked into it, man. And yeah, you can. I might just have to do that. I think she also had what was the other one? She had linguine and clams. That was another T-shirt.
Yeah. Well, you should go to the website. There's a lot of awesome ones there. There's all kinds of messed up food.
Yeah. So this was one of those movies that quite a lot of laughs. Movie was definitely made by the supporting cast because not only Betsy Sidaro was Danny, who just, I mean, come on. She was so great in this. But Dot Marie Jones as Big Sexy really was quite spectacular as well.
Quite sexy.
Those two,
yep.
Yeah, those two alone made this worth watching. Real good time. At the end of the day, was it a Mondo? No, it wasn't, but it was a solid meh and really entertaining.
All right, Mur, did you see this one?
I did.
And what'd you think?
Having watched a lot of sports films, I found this to be not that original. In fact, the whole time I was watching it, I was like, okay, this is Ready to Rumble meets Over the Top. Throwing a little Karate Kid in there. Like I thought near the end, it's like, okay, where the hell is Mr. Miyagi to like fix her arm? Like I'm waiting for him to show up. Like I mean, I don't know if it was an homage or they out and out ripped it off, but it's like, yeah, it was like Ready to Rumble, which is a wrestling movie with David Arquette, and Over the Top with Sly Stallone, and they just threw it all together, except they had a female protagonist.
But they also had a hot sandwich T-shirt. So
and they had Betsy Sidaro, which is the best thing that could happen.
Yeah, unlike you guys, I found her annoying.
What?
Talking with the little short one, not the actual wrestler, but their little short friend, right?
Yeah,
with
Betsy Sidaro.
Yeah, I found her annoying.
Oh, okay, well.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, no,
then you didn't like the movie. She was the movie.
It was a mild meh.
All right.
I've seen it all before. It's just another sports movie.
Yep, it is. Cute female-led remake of Sly Stallone's Over the Top. I love Betsy Sidaro. She could just be on stage and take a dump for 2 hours, and I would still think it's funny. Cute buddy film. I really had some good laughs.
She was in Hubie Halloween, by the way.
I know she was. She was the only good thing about Hubie Halloween.
She was pretty good.
She was awesome.
Feels life.
Oh, and just another plug for our buddy George. She was on his podcast, Best Little Horror House in Philly, a couple episodes ago. So anybody wants some more Betsy, go check out our buddy Best Little Horror House in Philly. Okay, well, let's talk about Bad Attitude, the art of Spain Rodriguez. So, Badass Artist makes the most awesome, groundbreaking comics, an interesting character, and following his journey was pretty damn awesome. The comic geek in me loved this movie. I thought it was a Mondo.
Meh.
All right. Is that all you're going to say? Just meh?
It was a doc. I mean, if you've got some interest in this guy, then you're probably going to really enjoy this.
Yep.
I can't say that I didn't know of his work at all, because anybody from whatever comics, name eludes me. There's a bunch of them that are that company.
Well, the whole underground comic scene, right?
Yeah.
Let's just face it. Yeah. So
I mean, it was fine. It wasn't a doc that it didn't make me want to go learn more about him. Which
and that's usually for me, I think, because of the geekdom of the comic world is what caused me to love it a little better. It is one of those docs. I don't know. You've heard me say this lots of times with docs. They have to make me feel an emotion. This one made me feel a lot of joy. So that's why I'm giving it the Mondo.
Fair enough.
Mur, did you see this one?
Nope.
All right. Well, moving on. So we saw Bloodthirsty, but we saw a short prior to that called God Lady. And I thought it was a little preachy for me. It was just a meh.
Just a little.
It was okay. It was a lot preachy, but it was
preachy.
It's preachy.
It's God Lady. Talks about the Bible. That's what the whole point was.
Yeah, I give that one a meh. What'd you guys think? Sure. It was a meh, Murray?
Yeah, also. Yeah.
3 mehs. Bryce, you're falling down on your job, buddy. That's a triple meh.
And a God Lady.
Nice. All right, Bloodthirsty.
That's the remix?
Yeah, it's the remix. Bloodthirsty. LGBTQ friendly werewolf. # mesmerizing Michael Ironside, even though he was very small play in this. I really enjoyed the script and writing style. I really liked the story. You were taken on to see her work on her album. I really felt like I was witnessing this talent erupting as a lead character, also erupting into something else. Great homage to great vampire films. I didn't think it was a perfect film. It had a great slow build to it, but it was a meh. Bryce?
Mur.
Mur, did you see Bloodthirsty?
I did. I really wanted to like this movie because I like my horror movies.
Yep.
I was kind of hoping that it was more of a vampire flick, but apparently it wasn't. I don't know. I think it took too long to get to the actual, the meat of the film.
Unintended with werewolves.
Had some great special effects, especially near the end. But yeah, it was just a meh for me.
Yeah, it was a rage. It was crap. I really hated this movie. I was very tepid on it the whole way through. And then we got to the ending, and I was like, nah. I actually wrote down meh about halfway through because that's how I was feeling. But by the end of it, I was like, you know what? I'm not going to be generous with this one. This movie sucks. I didn't like it.
I didn't mind it. I kind of
was a rage.
It had Michael Ironside. It had, even though he was a very small bit part,
and
barely in it. And Michael Ironside, man, he's just kind of unrecognizable these days.
Yeah, he's gotten old. It happens.
And round.
It happens.
His face is very round. He used to have this chiseled face, and it's gone.
Yeah, he's old. Give him a break.
I'm giving him. He's fine, but
all right. So we saw. Actually, is anybody just because anybody have paper? We can take down our ratings so I can update the website. If one of you, I'm hoping Bryce is writing notes. All right, so we also saw a shorts package called "Be True to Yourself," and there was quite a few shorts in this. So, do you see what I see? I felt it needed to be a full feature. I feel it was pretty good, but I felt it was missing something. I gave it a meh.
Meh.
Mur, did you see this one?
Nope.
All right. Joe Buffalo, powerful Indigenous doc with great message and great skater. Yep, I cried, so it got a Mondo.
Joe Buffalo was Mondo.
Awesome. It's rocket science, chock full of rockety goodness. If you love rockets, it's amazing. But for me, I'm not a fan of rockets, so it was a meh.
Yeah, it was a meh.
He had to turn Murray's house while he's doing this. Okay. Revelations. The right amount of animation, angst, and fucked uppery. I gave this a Mondo.
Meh.
Okay. Yeah, we got Murray in a new view. The Maroon Bomber. I absolutely love this doc. I previewed this with Guff, and it is fun. It is silly. It is out of this world. Hashtag truck nuts. It was a Mondo for me.
Didn't connect at all with me. Meh.
Ah, that sucks. And it even had truck nuts. That's like literally your favorite thing.
No, it really isn't.
What? I could have swore I saw some truck nuts on your smart car.
No, you didn't.
Don't they make little tiny ball nuts for smart cars?
I have no idea. How would I know that?
Well, I think I'm going to buy that for you for Christmas this year.
Please don't, because they're just going to, I don't know.
Well, I'm just going to go and install it when you're.
Store will take them. I don't know.
I'm just going to install them when you're at work. Okay, so LKLSS, very cool animated doc of sorts. Felt it needed more juice though. Maybe a feature. Great messed up artwork though. For that alone, it gets a meh.
I don't remember it.
Oh, well, it was weird animation. So apparently it must be a meh.
Animation.
Yeah, very cool animated doc of sorts. It kind of had a bunch of different animation built into it, and they were in the car.
Oh, yeah. That was actually pretty cool, but it was meh.
Okay. Thank God he has his memories coming back. Super Mallow. Loved this great street art film. Cuban artist. It's a Mondo. It was a pretty long film, though. I felt it got its point across. I liked it a lot.
Meh.
Okay. Spooky Town.
I don't like Spooky Town.
Oh, you didn't? I actually really liked it. I don't know if I was supposed to cry or laugh, so I did both. And for that, it gets a Mondo.
They were just trying too hard.
Yeah, I liked it. The Ranch, fucked up cannibal chickens and cancer. Well, that was also a Mondo for me. I really love The Ranch.
Yeah, it was meh.
You're not a fan of shorts at the best of times, though.
I like shorts. If they're, I don't know. This is not the best package. It was
usually you like movies that last 7 hours and there's nothing happening. So in a short, that's usually not what's happening in a short.
Did you know that American Honey's like 2 hours and 45 minutes?
Yeah, and it was literally the worst movie I've ever. Well, other than
playing on the
Nine
Roku
Lives
channel right now. It's like, hey, it's American Honey. It's on the Roku channel.
Watch that again. I don't think he even watched the end of it.
Oh, I'm gonna watch it again.
Oh, but he means me. He means me.
He out before it was over.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's true. I could put that in Rage or Dare, but I don't know. I think come around.
I think No, I come around. It's the worst movie. It's the second worst movie I've ever seen. All right. Another Man's Treasure. Great local one-man doc. I loved it. I remember Dan, the one-man band on 8th Avenue in Calgary. So I gave it a Mondo.
Yeah. Yeah, it brought me back. I remember Dan, the one-man band as well. Seen him many times. Meh.
Okay, then.
All right.
You're heartless. You just it's all right. It's not 2 hours of 40 minutes of crap. So he didn't like it. Okay, so we also saw Riders of Justice. Murray, did you see this one?
Damn right I did.
Yeah, Mads Mikkelsen. Tell us what you think, buddy.
Want me to start? Okay.
Yeah, hit it off.
This was freaking awesome. Yeah, it's like Mads Mikkelsen, who I never saw his work in Hannibal, so wasn't really a big fan of his. And then last year we got to see Another Round, which won Best International Feature, by the way, which he was incredible in. And this was just a continuation of that. I mean, he had different friends, but they were still a bunch of goofballs. And yeah, he was like the Danish Liam Neeson. It's like just kicking ass. It's like it was so much fun. And he had his own nerd squad. It was like, up until a couple days ago, it was my favorite of Cuff so far. It was just super freaking Mondo.
I love what you're saying. Bracey, what'd you think, buddy?
I'm not sure that Anders Thomas Jensen has made a movie yet that I haven't thought was Mondo. So on the next episode, that's no official episode, we might be looking at him as Undoubted. For some reason, his name has never popped into my head for some reason, but first movie I saw from him wasn't his first movie. I think his first movie was The Green Butchers. But and that might be wrong too. First movie I saw was actually at Calgary Underground Film Festival, Adam's Apples.
Such a good movie. Yeah, it's such a good movie.
I remember sitting there and just giggling and chuckling through the whole movie. One of the better experiences I've ever had in a theater. And the guy never lets me down, whether he's doing sometimes he does some super serious movies and sometimes he does some goofball comedies. And then sometimes he does kind of a weird hybrid like this one was. And this was excellent. Everybody nailed their performance. Yeah, as I say, I just love Thomas Anders Jensen. He's the man. This was Mondo.
Well, Mads Mikkelsen quite possibly might be the most beautiful man in the world. And we know he's mesmerizing as usual, with a fantastic script, so many characters, and all amazingly developed so perfectly. It was funny, suspenseful, and a buddy action film. I freaking loved every second of this film. Super Danish Mondo. This may be my favorite film of this year so far, but up until this point. Wow. When we watched it. Yeah, I really love this film.
It set the bar pretty high, I can tell you that.
Yeah, so that's a try Mondo there.
The trifecta. Yeah.
See, Murray? It does happen.
Once in a while. Yeah. And it had subtitles and I actually enjoyed it.
What?
Which for me is unusual, but
There you go. You put your reading glasses on and away you went.
exactly.
Okay, so we also saw a Kiwi film called Coming Home in the Dark.
Hmm.
Bryce, you want to go first?
Sure. This was New Zealand, set in it was actually a pretty good movie. I enjoyed it a lot. Atmosphere was good, sound was great. Shot extremely well. Actors were very, very good. There was a lot of good. At the end of the day, it didn't quite nail it, I don't think. But I enjoyed it a lot. It was, however, a meh. Lot of movies sort of like this.
Yeah, that kind of
really new ground. Where it was set and the motivations, I guess, were sort of, a fresh idea, but overall it was meh.
Bert, did you see this one?
I did. Yeah. I didn't enjoy it as much as you guys. It's barely a meh for me. Yeah, the violence was something. I mean, they definitely nailed that. But yeah, a lot of the movie, yeah, like it said, Coming Home in the Dark, a lot of it was dark. And I just thought at some point this couple should have been able to get away. They
tried a few times
very hard, or else they were just too stupid to do it. And the whole time I'm trying to figure out the motivation behind this whole thing. And
I don't know. I can forgive
at the end, I still didn't really know. It's like, okay, so yeah, at the end, I still didn't know what the hell this guy wanted. He just wanted to kill people.
I think the motivation was pretty clear.
Well, it was clear from the one guy. The other guy too, I guess. But this was a random occurrence. It just happened to be a blessing. It was a random occurrence.
They hinted at what the guy's motivation was. It just happened upon this guy who wronged him so terribly in his younger days. But it's like they never really said exactly. I don't know. It was okay.
Well, let me tell you what I thought of this. I loved the tension in this film. I loved, and I mean loved, the close-up shots in this film. I cannot tell you how much tension builds when you have those close-up shots. And this had almost every shot as a close-up shot because they're in the car for a lot of this movie. So I was in heaven because I love close-up shots when it comes to tension. A unique music filled with tension and dripped sound and scores that all came in just periodically, just enough to sprinkle the tension even further. The ending was great and done very well. I loved the surprises throughout this film. I really liked this film a lot. It's a mondo for me. I thought the tension was great. I thought the backstory, any movie that you like, I guess I want to give a bit of a spoiler. When you blow people the fuck away in the first 15 minutes of a movie, you know that shit's going to go bad. And I'm just glad it was just, yes, this type of movie has been done before, but I thought that they did a really good job of capturing the tension that these psychopaths had. And yeah, I really enjoyed it. And it didn't bother me, Maria. I know what you're saying about the fact that I don't think they could have got away because they didn't have, the wife was basically a vegetable.
She's almost comatose because
she was dead
at some point,
she died in the 15-10 minute mark.
She's dead. She was already dead. Yeah,
whether she survives at the end or not, which is up to you.
Yeah. I love that. But another thing I love
10 minutes of this movie.
Yep, and him.
I mean, they didn't really see what happened to her either. I mean, they showed it, but they didn't show if she's alive or dead.
I don't want them to tell me.
Exactly. That's what makes it good.
Yeah, that's what makes Bryce. It sounds like you may change your vote because it actually was a real Mondo movie. It deserves it. It deserves it. It deserves the Mondo. I think you need to change it. This was a really good high tension film where the good guys die and the bad guys die, and the Aboriginal gets to win. It's like a perfect ending.
All right, it was Mondo.
Although I will have to say the main bad guy. Every time he opened his mouth, I was picturing Taika Waititi.
Yeah, he did have a bit of a Taika accent. True.
Sounded just like him.
Yeah.
I don't know if he was channeling them or it just happened to come from the same region. But
See, but that kind of made it even better. It's just like so many sprinklings of fantastic New Zealand horror movies. It's the best.
anyway,
All right. So we saw So Late, So Soon. Anybody want to jump on this one?
Loved it.
never saw it.
I feel like you loved it.
I did. I thought it was excellent.
Okay, well, tell us why you thought it was.
This is exactly what I look for in a documentary. We sit back, we show the interaction. We're not getting too busy. We're not introducing a whole bunch of people. We are focused on two people alone, you know, and we really get to know those two people and what motivates them and what doesn't. And I thought it was spectacular. I was a fly on the wall in their life. And the only thing that was bad about it is the length of it, because this thing should have been like 3.5 hours. I would have just been sitting there just enjoying every second.
God,
this was Mondo.
Oh, God. So I'm just going to give a bit of a spoiler. This was the one that was the closest to a rage for me. I hate, and I mean hate, home movie type documentaries. And this was very home movie. It was so...
This was professionally made, but it was just, you were a fly on the wall. This wasn't like a home movie. They had some home movie footage in it.
No, this whole movie was a home movie. It was a home movie with a nicer camera.
This was so well.
From the very start, I wasn't happy the fact that it was a home movie style documentary. Yes, it's not a home movie because it's not shot on Super 8,
sure
but it's.
Did you get the same feed that I got? Because I didn't get that.
Yeah, definitely the weird factor of this doc hits you right at the very beginning, and seeing how the two main characters focuses on artists, it just got more and more awkward and eccentric, which I did like. So that's why it didn't get the rage. As the film progressed, glad I saw it. But I did not really love it. I do not like home movie type docs, and this to me is a home movie type doc.
Not a home movie type doc.
It is 100% home movie type doc.
There's one serious crime in this movie, and that is that it was only 71 minutes long.
I kind of wish it was 50 minutes or 40
I want the Blu-ray deluxe edition where we get 3 hours of extra footage.
Yeah, I will not be watching that with you.
It was great.
Even on a dare. So, so we got to see an Estonian animated stop motion film, and we got to see a short before it called A Hole, which was a cute idea for the end of humanity, but animation made it a meh for me. I didn't really love the short A Hole, but I like the concept.
A hole?
Yeah, A Hole. Sure, A Hole. A Hole.
Yeah, it was meh. It was all right.
Did you see this one, Mur?
Nope.
All right, so we got to see the Old Man movie.
Yeah, it was original.
From Estonia. Like, how many Estonian movies do we get to see?
And how cool was the animation? I mean,
oh
really.
My God. This reminded me of so many great things. Do you want to go first?
You know what? I don't know. Honestly, I was just kind of in awe of the whole thing. Very, very unique style. Everything they were throwing at me, they were taking some risks in this one. They were, they weren't they weren't trying to do it halfway. They were going all the way and a little beyond with everything that they were doing. I mean, you just watch that scene with the tractor going in and out of the tree.
I'm going to talk a little bit about that in a minute.
Faster. As I say, they did not pull any punches. They went to the extreme with everything that they did, and you know what? I respect what they did, and I'm going Mondo.
Oh, attaboy. Okay, well, let me talk about my love of the Old Man movie. This milk movie gives Chicken Run a run for its money. I was either laughing or smiling the entire movie. The stop animation was so awesome. I'm like, how long did it take for them to make this? Best scene was the tree god tractor scene for anybody, as Bryce had already talked about. If you see this movie, just be prepared for the best animated sex scene in any movie ever made. Favorite line, I learned something in that bear's ass super vegan nightmare Mondo. I learned something. Yeah. Sorry, the line is, I learned something in that bear. Maybe I fucked up the line.
Sounds to me like you did.
I did lose the line.
I guess everybody have to watch it and try to figure out what Jim's
favorite line is. No, it's okay. Wait, I learned something in that. Oh, sorry. Here it is. It's because I don't have an apostrophe. Here's the apostrophe is now in. I learned something in that bear's ass. And another thing you don't normally see in an animated feature. Oh. This gets a super vegan Mondo nightmare.
Cool.
Now, did this milk movie ever make you think, glad I don't drink milk? Because apparently that's all that everybody lived off in Estonia.
Yeah, it's crazy, right? Milk's big there.
I guess.
Got to have it. They don't even mind if it's green. They'll take a sip.
Yeah, a little tiny bit.
Yeah, they're like, oh.
Okay, we saw First Date. Murray, did you get to see this one?
I did.
All right, why don't you go first? We saw a short before it.
Yeah, I saw that too.
No one will know.
Yeah. Like what you said, yeah. Don't even remember it, to be honest.
All right, there you go.
First Date. Yeah. 3 words. License to drive. That's all I was thinking the whole time watching this movie was this was done better by the 2 Coreys in the 80s. And like the dumbest criminals ever. And the main character had no personality. It just, I don't know. It was like there was plenty of violence. There was some good action scenes, but it was just stupid.
Huh.
I wouldn't give it a rate. It's definitely a low man.
All right. Well, Bryce, it looks like you got something to retort on that. What'd you think?
I mean, I feel like I have to defend it now, but it was a meh. I mean, it was fine. It was 10 times better than License to Drive, which still makes it a meh.
Bite your tongue.
The 2 Coreys.
The 2 Coreys.
Corey Haim is rolling over in his grave. Thank you very much.
Yeah, probably. Okay, so the short before No One Will Know for me was also a meh. This is not like any high school teenage film. Great layered script and plot, very unique gangster crime story, subtle humor, and so well written with hijinks really ensues. Gets a Nancy Drew Pulp Fiction meh. Favorite line? Are you my dad or the guy who could have been my dad?
There are a lot of characters in this.
Yeah. And
I did actually enjoy when his parents went out of town for the weekend and basically told him to have wild parties and the condoms are up in the bedroom. Like,
yes.
Yeah. Like
yes. Cool. Okay. We got to see Alien on stage, and we saw a short before it called Throwback. Was that right?
Throwback. Yeah, I think it was Throwback.
Okay. Local Calgary film. I liked it. It was worth a look, but it was a meh, the short.
It was a meh.
And Alien on stage. Pantomime culture to infinity and beyond. Anyone who loves film, the movie Alien, or absolutely adorable bus drivers will like this film. And I fit it all in all 3 of those categories. But I'm not much of a fan of theater production docs. It's geeky fun and out of this world, but it was only a meh for me.
What?
Yeah, it was a meh.
This was the best thing at the festival. If you see one film at the Calgary Underground Festival, you have to see Alien on stage. This was by far the best thing going. I laughed from the opening right till the end. There was no pausing for breathing. I was just, gasping for air the whole time because I was laughing the whole way through.
Wow, it doesn't take much to make you laugh.
Oh, it takes a lot, actually. And this hits it. I mean, this was so funny.
Like I said, if you like those three things, you'll probably like this movie. I didn't love it.
I would think if you have a pulse, you'll like this movie.
Murray, did you see this one?
I did. I guess I maybe would have enjoyed it more if I'd actually seen Alien, which I haven't.
What?
I have no idea the plot other than there's an alien there somewhere and the thing comes out of the guy's chest. That's all I knew about it.
Well, that's all you got to really know because it's really not telling you the movie.
Other than that, they're pretty spot on with the movie. I mean,
I spent over 10 years in community theater, so I know a little bit about something about amateur actors and bus drivers getting up on stage because I've, been with those people, and watching them rehearse was painful.
Oh,
they spent way more time just goofing off and having.
I know.
That's what it should be.
This is gonna be the worst production ever staged. Then
I kind of want to see the stage production.
I wanted to see the actual stage production.
You can. Every year it plays in the UK, so you can go to London and see it.
The last half hour or whatever, they actually showed the actual stage play. I would love to be in the audience. Without leading up to that, it's like, I don't know. It was amusing, just seemed pointless to me. It was, what do you call it? Discombobulated.
It was meh, is what you're saying.
But the last half hour kind of redeemed it a bit for me. But I wouldn't give it a mondo. Like I said, I would rather see the actual stage production than watch this documentary about it.
Best film of Cuff.
Well, I'm glad we finally found out what your favorite film of Cuff is, so that's good.
Mm-hmm.
But it's meh. All right, so we also we also saw Fearless. And again, I hate to say it, but it's a home movie style doc, a sports doc, and if you're a boxing fan, you will probably love it. But for me, I don't, so it was a meh.
I'm a boxing fan, and it was meh.
Okay, there we go. Murray, did you see this one, Fearless?
No.
All right. Well, we've got who has Itchy Fingers.
Itchy Fingers. I am still trying to figure out exactly what went on at the end of this movie, and I'm still not 100% sure. And honestly, this was going to be a rage for the first 40 minutes or so because I was frustrated watching this movie.
You were supposed to be
frustrated, and that's the whole thing. And as we rolled into the last act, I was like, oh God, I hope they don't do this. And there's something obvious, I think, that you would think that's going to happen. And we don't really know. Maybe that did happen. I'm speaking in all these without, wrecking this movie at all. And I don't want to. This should be something that's experienced. At the end of the day, the very end redeemed itself a little for me because I was a little confused. It's weird that the lady comes into the room and looks like she's staring right at where a certain person should be and doesn't say anything about it. So that was confusing. And then he gets up and goes to the stage and we don't really know what's going on. I was thinking a lot after this movie. It's not Mondo. It was too frustrating a watch to be Mondo, but it was meh. And I'm still thinking about it. So it's meh.
There we go.
That is a long way to get to a meh.